Surrender is not the same as quitting. Quitting is rooted in fear, exhaustion, and avoidance. It's giving up when the journey gets tough. Surrender, on the other hand, is a conscious act of trust and alignment. Surrender means releasing control over what no longer serves you and allowing divine intelligence to guide your path. And this distinction is crucial for forgiveness, for self-mastery, and for spiritual ascension. Forgiveness requires surrendering resentment, not condoning harm, but freeing yourself from its grip. And self-mastery demands surrendering ego-driven resistance so that you can evolve beyond limiting beliefs. And on the path of fifth dimensional consciousness, the passage through the eye of the needle, the narrow passage through the eye of the needle, surrender is the key. You must release old paradigms, attachments, and densities to step into the high vibration of love, unity, and divine purpose. Because only by surrendering your lower self can you ascend into the fullness of who you are meant to be. Just like blue and green are higher vibrations than red and orange, love, unity, and divine purpose are higher vibrations than judgment, blame, subservience, betrayal, resentment, regret, overgiving, spell work, dark sorcery, guilt, shame, blame, and the like. If you want to be in the graduating class from planet Earth at this monumental time in history, you need to strip yourself of all the old paradigms, all the old attachments, and all of the densities of the past. Not just some of them, all of them. Else you get to stay in the same class for another round, or potentially worse, if you intentionally cause harm to others, to the planet, to animals, or whatever else, you risk being dropped back into a lower grade than where you started. Because let's face it, at this time in human consciousness, you really do know better. Actually, that's not strictly true, because you can't perceive what you're not a vibrational match for, which means lower vibrational people can't necessarily see, perceive, or understand higher vibrational concepts. Any which way, it's not our place to judge what anyone else is doing or not doing. It's none of our business. And it's not a good idea to pry into someone else's affairs without legal authority or their permission. Our business is to sort out our business. Our business is to strip ourselves of all the old paradigms, of all the old attachments and the densities of the past, so that we can go through that narrow passage of the eye of the needle sooner rather than later. Some people think that surrender means giving up. But what if it actually means tapping into your true power? Surrender isn't about losing control. It's about aligning with your divine purpose. You already have the gifts, tools, and passions inside you. Trying to control everything or anything will block your flow. The real path to success is choosing you. It's not in forcing an outcome. So if you're tired of struggling, it's time to surrender and to flow into your destiny. Stop controlling and start aligning. Many people have been conditioned to believe that if you're not forcing, you're failing. If you let go, you'll lose everything. That control equals success. But look around. People who force relationships end up drained. People who grip too tightly to money often end up broke. People who micromanage every step of life miss out on the real opportunities. And the truth is, success comes when you stop resisting the flow and start aligning with it. For example, think about elite athletes, elite artists, or elite entrepreneurs. They don't force their talent, they surrender to their natural gifts and they refine them. When you remember and when you surrender, you open yourself to divine timing. You attract the right people, the right opportunities and abundance. You move through life with peace instead of stress. Letting go helps you to unlock your best life instead of what you settled for life. When you stop controlling, you start receiving. The universe has already placed inside of you gifts, skills and talents meant to be used by you. A divine plan designed just for you. Passions and desires that guide your purpose. Surrender means choosing you and your destiny over fear. And the 3 steps to surrender and align with your true path are to stop chasing and start listening. Chasing external validation, approval or outcomes leads to misalignment. Tuning in to your desires, strengths and flow leads to divine alignment. Sit in silence for 5 minutes today and ask yourself, what am I truly drawn to? Listen without judgment. The answers are already inside you. And step 2, release resistance and trust your path. Resistance creates stress. Surrender creates clarity. Write down one area of your life where you've been forcing an outcome, where you've been determined to get your own way. And then ask, what happens if I stop gripping so tightly? Take 1 step today to release control, whether that means trusting a process, delegating something, or simply letting go of fear. And step 3, choose flow over force. If something feels like constant struggle, you may be focusing on the wrong thing. When you're in alignment, things start unfolding naturally. So choose simplicity. Instead of trying to control 10 things, focus on the one thing that you're naturally drawn to. Let go of what doesn't feel right. Trust that when you release what's not meant for you, better things appear. Progress comes when you align with your natural gifts, not when you force an outcome, copycat someone else, or try to ride on someone else's coattails instead of doing the work yourself. The path of least resistance is often the right one. Trust your flow. Surrender isn't about quitting, it's about stepping into your true power. Your future starts now. The moment you surrender, the struggle stops. The universe already has a plan. Your job is to align, not to control. You're meant for more. Choose yourself. Choose your destiny. What area of your life are you gripping too tightly? What happens when you let go of control and trust your own natural talents? How would your life change if you surrendered and flowed with your purpose? Say affirmations like, I surrender to my highest purpose. I trust my path. I flow with ease and success. Because the moment you stop forcing and start surrendering, your true power is unleashed.